hear that shit? Somebody got that beat.
Man, what is that sound? Is that thunder?
Y'all hear that shit?
My little brother Finesse said y'all had a problem. What's up?
What's up, big bro? This motherfucker clean. Let me dry this hoe.
This is yours. I copped this thing for you.
I appreciate y'all pulling up for me, tribe. Anytime, little bro. We won't be long at all.
Catastrophes. We are asking for every person in your country that you would classify as black.
Y'all hear that shit? Somebody got that beat.
Hey, look, man. Look, y'all. Hopefully y'all having a good day, man. I'm really back in my bag enjoying myself, man. Hopefully y'all been enjoying y'all day, man. Nothing but good vibes over here. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video to like 15,000 likes, man, and send these videos to your friends and your families, because we lit over here, man. Look, it's been a lot of things going on, man. Y'all know we gonna talk about it, man. Just don't be quick to believe everything, man. And don't skip a thing in this video or you will get lost in the sauce, boss.
How small they might be, they are very intelligent. You might think that a human being is smart, but there are creatures in this galaxy that are way larger than us, but we still carry a similar mental capacity. Just because these insects are small doesn't mean they're stupid, guys. And right now, your body's most likely being ran by an alien government. Now, the only thing these aliens want, they want you to be a host. They want you to basically be in an environment where they can live. When you look at the Matrix, everything you see, that's their creation. They use humans, they use our bodies to fulfill their will. It sounds crazy, but guys, it's the truth. Aliens don't have to come to planets anymore and conquer the people and make them slaves. Like, all that stuff is bullshit, guys. The universe is filled with people way more intelligent. They've been using this technology for eons, and it was brought to this planet. These aliens, these parasites, was brought to this planet. Now, I just want to talk about this because I'm on the road. I might as well tell you some things that you might not know about Earth. But Earth's history is a lot further than a lot of people think, and there was a time on this planet everything was immortal. Everything was immortal, everything was self-sustained, and everything was existing as its own self-identity. Everything was just expressing who it was. It needed no type of external anything. Everything was immortal. There was no sex. There was no need for procreation. Everything was perfect. Atrocity happened. Abomination happened, but everything is divinity. This earth was tampered with, and the way that they manipulated these organisms that was immortal is the same way they're manipulating us now. Nothing has changed. We are still those same immortals, but we are being ran by this technology. So basically, parasites and all type of aliens begin to live in our bodies because this is no longer a water system anymore. There is actual mass. There's actual solid matter that is formed here. And a lot of things people tell me, well, I'm healthy. I take a shit every day. I take a shit sometimes twice a day. This is something that you have to know, guys, because that doesn't mean nothing. That means shit. Basically, if you're taking a shit twice a day, that is no sign of health whatsoever. And if that's what you think, this video will purify you of that ignorance. Basically, your body can compress this filth infinitely. Your body can compress the same filth for years and decades. Just because you shit doesn't mean your sewer pipe is functioning well. If you ever take a shit, if it hurts, this is happening to you. If you ever take a shit and it's solid, this is happening to you. Solid shit is a clear indicator of dehydration in the body. And if you're dehydrated, if you're producing solids, you are presenting an environment for these aliens. So now, guys, it's tragic to say, but these aliens, because they are in who we are, this is God. Who we are, this is God. Our intestines, our blood manufacturers. Because these aliens are now inside us, they have access to our blood, and that is the gold mine. This Matrix, they're trying to get our blood, and they already achieved it.
After 30 years at the helm of the Israeli space security program, tired Israeli general and respected professor Chaim Eshed is now unveiling that yes, there are aliens among us. Yes, Israel has made contact
Not
with
looking
them,
like
and
that,
no,
though.
Humanity is not ready for them. A galactic federation, complete with an underground base on Mars, where there are American and alien representatives apparently present.
Professor Avi Loeb and his team say the interstellar object is on an extremely unusual course for a comet that will take it close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Researchers also believe that the chance of a space rock flying in this path is less than 5/1000ths of a percent. Loeb also says that object appears to be being, quote, intelligently directed, and if it is alien, the world should prepare.
We should assess the risk given the data that we have. It's just like the Richter scale for assessing the risk from earthquakes. 0 would be a natural object like a comet. 10 would be an object that maneuvers as if it has an engine that is definitely technological. And then there should be some policy makers deciding how to respond to that.
Una esfera. Aquí la estoy viendo. ¿Qué onda? Una esfera, mira. Ya se escondió.
No fue la mía. Síguele viendo, Leti, por si cuando se quite la nube todavía hay video, o para ver si...
So the Pentagon actually confirmed for once the video of the pyramid-shaped UFOs caught off the Navy vessel. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you the video on here, but it's basically, it's in the night vision, and they released it and it was all over, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, we have a lot of videos, we do, because there was footage from a year ago and then 2 years ago also from a Navy vessel, and that just kind of got buried. But the Pentagon has consistently been going on and on about there's no evidence whatsoever of any of this stuff. We see nothing, there's nothing going on, everybody shush. So I don't show very many videos, UAP videos, they're all over the place. There have been some really good ones coming up lately, so I am gonna put those up because they're pretty intriguing. But this one I found, and I just feel like this is a step in the right direction. The fact that they actually confirmed that this is a real video that they captured. Plus it looks pretty.
Guess they phasing in and out of dimension.
I saw dolphins in the back of me, so I'm trying to look through my photos, right, and I see that I know that's a dolphin because I saw them behind me. There's me, and then I look over to the side because I'm trying to see the dolphin, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? Like, seriously.
Hell nah.
What in the hell? The hell is in the water next to me as I know there's a dolphin right there. Dolphin? Mermaid? What the?
That's a dolphin in the hell nah. Like, hey, look, man, that's why I be trying to stay out that water. But do y'all think it's a mermaid?
Part two, she basically explained it wasn't no other surfers or people behind her. It was just the dolphins because she swam out enough to get a photo with them. So she knows for a fact that was something else and not a human or a dolphin. What do you think?
I think she about scared the hell out of me, yo. Like, I was trying to figure out who the hell was whispering at me, and that's still part of the video. Crazy. You gotta cut that out.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off?
Not dark, black.
Black skin?
Really black, yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
well, what?
It's safe. 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Huge cigar-shaped ship appeared over the airport base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. They were about 6'4", 6'5", huge weapons. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them of arrogance. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force base that not only were they from a militaristic society, but they had controlled a large portion of the galaxy that we live in.
1987, I thought Louis Farrakhan was crazy. Black aliens are reported to be true.
In the sky, a half a mile by a half a mile. Built like the universe itself. It's circular and it holds within it 1,500 little wheel-like planes. When we heard Elijah say these things, many of us believed, and some of us disbelieved. But Reagan, a classified, bona fide liar, and all of the liars that have surrounded Reagan and Carter and Ford and all of the presidents. Since 1930, they have known that this plane exists. But why won't they tell the American people? It is because the white man does not want to admit that there is a technology in the world and a power in the world that makes his power look like that jumbo jet in comparison to that huge plane. He don't want to admit that he don't have what it takes to deal with that, what they call walnut-shaped object in the sky. Elijah Muhammad said to us that Ezekiel envisioned this. In the year 595 BC, and it's recorded right there in your Bible. Ezekiel looked up, it was a vision, and he saw a wheel in the middle of the earth. It looked like a chariot of fire, a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. This is what Ezekiel saw, and he said in the wheel there was eyes in the wheel.
These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. When it touched the ground, it created an earthquake like about a 3.5 to 4.0. It terrified everybody in the area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. They were about 6'4", 6'5". These tight-fitting black leather outfits on, and the weapons that they came out of the ships with, they were huge weapons. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors.
Hey y'all, look at this, y'all. Look at this. I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the skies as of late, but the sun has been changing. Look at this video over here Gina Marie Colvin took of the sun in her state, y'all. This thing looks like a eyeball. A real eyeball, y'all. I got some crazy videos to show y'all, but check this out.
This sun, I've never got this image before with my phone. It looks pretty strange, like this.
Yo, it looks like a super halogen ball, y'all. Why did it look like a red Kamehameha? A Masenko? Yo, that is crazy, y'all. Now check this out. She also caught it doing this the other day. What is that? Is that somebody standing? Is that a light being in it or some type of arrow? It looks like something's obfuscating the sun. Y'all see that? Have y'all noticed that the sun has gotten brighter since the last solar eclipse of 2024? I noticed this, y'all. Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. But check this out. What is going on here? This phenomenon, this thing right here was caught in the skies of Canada. Like, how do you explain this, y'all? This is the Lord of the Rings. Are you kidding me? Y'all, this is why that song, I Can Feel It in the Air, is going viral right now. Because how do you explain this? This is crazy. This is literally the conjunction of the spheres, y'all. And get this, y'all see how they recorded this in Canada? Tell me why they were seeing the same thing in Cortez, Jamaica, y'all. Look at this. The same thing that they're seeing in Canada right now. What is this? What is this, y'all? That thing is huge. What is this? Oh, what? Wow. Y'all, can y'all feel it? Can y'all feel it? Cause I can. Let me know exactly what it is that you feel down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
We're not meant to be in the water. Are we meant to be land people? And we drink water as well. So it's like,
the only reason we drink water right now is because of oxidation. Oxidation steals electrons from the body.
so we're not supposed to be breathing in oxygen for real then.
No, you're supposed to be breathing in hydrogen. And the water you're supposed to be drinking in is hydrogen based.
So that shit backwards too then.
Yep. Oxygen steals electrons from the cells. It breaks down the hemoglobin cellular structure. So the hemoglobin is where you're able to have immortalized cell lines to where the cells is able to replicate themselves on an infinite level. Just like a starfish, if you cut a starfish in half, it's going to grow right back. We have the ability to do that, but like I said, we're not in our natural habitat because of the firmament. In the future, light is going to be the future of medicine because light has the ability to restore the body. It creates geometric energy fields. That's what light does. Light is nothing but frozen geometry.
You think we'll live to actually see that?
I think so. If we're in solar cycle 25 and this is the last sun cycle and the last reincarnation cycle, that means that you're going to have an influx of gamma radiation that's streaming down from these coronal mass ejections and these solar flares. The carbon body in itself is a liquid crystal, so it's able to absorb information. That's what crystals do. They absorb energy and they extract energy, kind of like what a satellite does. It picks up light vibrations and it sends out light vibrations. So we're going to go through a crystalline state. The carbon goes from a crystalline because the carbon body is an electromagnetic generator and a light code transducer. So it's able to transduce light into gamma radiation, and that gamma radiation is cultivated by ether. That is the quintessence of the universe that's connected to the fingerprint of God.
Hey, y'all, my man B-Dale said the quintessence. Bro, I've never heard that word ever in my life. Boy, this is a reading ass dude, bro. Like, he cool, bro. Like, he one of those friends, bro. He'll send you a book. I think that's pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can obviously tell he be reading, right? He reading the hell out of these books. But yeah, man, let's keep going, though. Are y'all tracking, man? This is an interesting ass video. Let's go.
I heard, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had
I remember Simeon Toko.
meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him.
Third prophecy of Fatima was actually foretelling. This was the one that was kept secret by Pope John, I believe it was, during that time. And they didn't want anybody to know what that third prophecy was. And they're saying that the third prophecy was prophesying Simeon Toko. He was trying to kill him, because the Pope had said that he wanted him dead. And he had him go up under there to clear out one of these things in Africa, some kind of crop reaper or something like that. Got up under there. And the guy, had planned on killing him, so he turned the thing on with him under there, chopped his body all up. Said he backed off of it to just look at his handiwork, and said they saw his body come back together in front of their eyes. And he got up and walked away from that stuff. And then in Toko, he's showing the scar where these doctors, in trying to figure out why he was invulnerable. That's the picture right there. See if I can get a close-up of that. He's showing the scar where he was laying on an operating table because they were going to try to figure out why he was invulnerable. And they cut him open and surgically removed his heart. Just a normal heart, nothing extraordinary about the heart. So they threw it over there in one of the pans they keep in the operating room and stuff. Said the brother opened his eyes, got up off the table, went and said, "Why do you persecute me? Give me my heart." Grabbed it and got out. Obviously that freaked them out. Picture is supposedly him showing the scar where that incident supposedly happened. Said you could actually see, even after it started to heal, where his heart was beating.
Yeah, I remember he said we'd be back with it'd be many more just like me. Pretty much, it reminds you of like what the man who fell to earth. The man who fell to earth. They give these stories, and a lot of people think that they're just making this stuff up when it's really a spin-off on something that's real. Might be more minor or might be more exaggerated. Who knows? But like they say in the universal law, they have to tell you. And there's no excuse for us not knowing when they're presenting it to us. Not saying that it's fact, but as an option that could be true. I'm not one of these people that just jump off the cliff and believe everything. But man.
Something strange is happening on our planet. In just 48 hours, 5 volcanoes erupted across the Pacific region. It all began with a strong earthquake near the coast of Japan. Minutes later, a volcano in Indonesia erupted. Then came Mexico, Russia, the Philippines, and scientists are concerned because these events may not be random. Many experts believe the Pacific tectonic plate is becoming increasingly unstable, and if it fractures, it could trigger a series of earthquakes and tsunamis. This could affect countries like the US, Chile, Japan, and the Philippines. Governments are already monitoring every movement, but no one knows when it will stop.
Well, church family, we've had a good ride here on Earth. What an amazing experience God has given us. But I do believe that we fly soon. Temple Institute declares it's time to build. Thank you to I Am Redeemed, our sister over in Israel, for always keeping us up to date. She brought this to light. This is from somebody who is directly involved in the heifer ceremony in July. He says, first red heifer ceremony in over 2,000 years. He goes on to say, this is the burning from July 1st. It was not on the Mount of Olives, and some Jewish leaders feel it does not pass all requirements they support, but it was real, and the
So
first
they doing it again?
2,000 years. Some will say all you need is to follow the Torah. We did that. Others have a higher standard under the oral Torah. Many will never agree, but the world is changing fast, and I believe this ceremony changed something in the world. So it should be recognized as the first in over 2,000 years. It goes on to say it was a full ceremony in preparation for doing it on the Mount of Olives. It was perfectly done, including what many rabbis consider a perfect red heifer. He says, will there be another on the Mount of Olives? Yes. But if you think about the ramifications of that, that cannot happen. They cannot sacrifice a red heifer on the Mount of Olives until that peace treaty is signed. So this perfectly done red heifer sacrifice of a perfectly qualified red heifer, in my opinion, was the ceremony that Christians have all been waiting for. They cannot say this unless they have everything that they need. Men and women are having dreams all over the world. Children are having visions, seeing Jesus left and right. There have been 396 earthquakes just in the last 30 days, stronger than a 5.0. Last month, we had deadly flooding in over 33 states. This month, we have earthquakes every single week. Volcanoes are erupting every single week. Hidden fault line could lead to catastrophic earthquakes stretching from US to Canada. Bill Gates declares the end of the smartphone era and unveils its surprising replacement. Gates points to electronic tattoos as the next big leap in personal technology. Instead of holding a phone in our hands, these tattoos would allow us to communicate, access the internet, and even monitor our health, all without a screen in sight. Satan knows his time is short. He only has 7 years to reign, so everything that needs to be implemented during those 7 years.
The whole fucking city, y'all. The whole city is flooded. Everybody cars fucked up. Everybody cars under plenty water, y'all. Motherfuckers gotta swim out the water, getting out their cars and shit. It's a lot of shit, y'all. Look at our street. This motherfucker collapsed, y'all. I'm finna go show y'all. This motherfucker collapsed because of the rain, y'all. Y'all, our whole fucking street, y'all. Whole street. The whole thing fucking collapsed, y'all, because of this rain, strong as fuck. And got our city flooded the fuck down. Flooded down, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, fool.
People are finding out that a lot of the water that are flooding areas isn't just from rain? What? Tell me more. Yeah, people are finding out that the floods that are happening around the world aren't just happening from the rain. And more specifically, the water itself is coming up from the ground. It's not even really from the rain, they're finding out. And they're recording, such as a woman in Michigan just recorded water coming up from the ground and flooding her area. Oh, goody. Something eerie is going on, so people have decided to do their own investigating. And luckily, some people are finding out that a lot of this water and flooding in areas isn't from rain. No, it's coming up from the ground, and they have video proof of this. I love it. Let's be careful out there with this water rising from the ground out of nowhere. Okay then.
Well, here are the facts. 55 volcanoes have erupted along the Ring of Fire. That's not a random number. That's not just nature. This is the book of Revelations playing out in real time. The earth is shaking. The mountains are burning and the warnings of God are unfolding right in front of us. When those volcanoes blow, the ash will rise into the heavens and block the sun. And the Bible says in Revelation 6:12 that the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood. That's not science fiction, that's prophecy. When that ash covers the sky, it won't matter who's in the White House. It won't matter how much money you've got in the bank. There will be nothing you can do to stop it. And the worst part, it's going to hit in the summer. When the world expects sunshine, light, and heat, it will be darkness instead. I think everybody needs to be paying attention to this Ring of Fire that's taking place right along the Pacific. It's very serious and it's all biblical. Peace and love.
God is not going to allow people to stay here and see mermaids come out of the sea, to allow aliens to come down. They're telling us that aliens are coming in November. Americans, are you paying attention to the government playing in our face, telling you that they've spotted a spaceship off in the distant wherever, and that, from their calculations, right? Their Rice Krispie calculations, it looks like they will be here in November. Well, before they came to lie to you, someone named Celestial told you of the Lord back in 2021. After having written those prophecies, dating all the way back from when I was a child, I was seeing the coming of these ships. I was seeing them when I was a young one, under age of 10. Terrifying dreams that used to freeze me. And I would try to stay awake as long as I could, because as soon as I fall asleep, I would get back to the dream. I jump up. I'm afraid. I don't want to sleep. I'm clutching my sister. She's sleeping. As soon as I fall back to sleep, I'm in the same dream. The dream carries on like a movie. Over and over and over, the dream was coming. God was talking to me back then about the fact that we would be visited by these things. I shared all these things with you. This is more than 5 years ago, telling you that because these creatures are the one who absolutely control our reality, the day would come when they would face their biggest stooge, the United States government, and they would tell them, you got 2 options and we recommend you take option 1. Option 1 is that you are going to disclose to these people that you know us. Step 1 is disclosure. Pressure is applied on you, and you, the US government, are told to come out and to prep the American people for the fact that what? The aliens want to come out. They want to come out because their plan is not to stay hidden. Their plan is not to stay as an X-File mystery. Their plan is not to stay as only movie characters that we get to wonder about and say, you know, I saw something on top of the barn when I was 11, but I never really was sure what it was. They're going to erase all doubts because their final plan is to take over this whole world and eat everybody dumb enough to like them, to follow them, and to say, hey, it's okay for you guys to live with us. We are going to make alien covenants. I prophesied that in 2022. It is called Satan as an angel of light, where I said they're going to come down as light beings and a public covenant is going to be struck. There is already a secret covenant between the US government and those beings. And I said that from what God showed me, it's lots and lots of decades old. They've been exchanging technology. I've already told you that America is not smart enough to have the planes, the guns, the ships, and everything else that she has. It is them that always give it to us, this technology, this stuff that we have. However, the plan is that the government has choice 1. It can disclose. That means come out, stop lying, admit to the people. I was telling you this in 2021, that they will come out, they will admit to the people. You know, they're not going to address all the lies that they lied, like Roswell and stuff like that. Area 51 and stuff like that. I said they're not going to address all that. What they're going to do is they're going to come and start acting like, this just in. We think we saw a green one. We think we saw one. We think we saw one. And I said they're going to pretend to be as shocked as we are, as stunned as we are, and they are quickly going to manipulate and put themselves in the position of protectors of us. They're going to say, we're with you, America, through the media. We're learning about this just as much as you're learning about this. We'll get through this together. That's the same hackneyed line that they use for COVID. We're in this together. Everything is together. It's a lie. They already know what they did. They're trying to fix it on the back end because the aliens basically told them, if you don't disclose us, we're going to reveal us. And I guess America thought that they were joking because we all remember 2024 and how things just began to zip across the sky. That was not America controlling that. That is why all those videos began to disappear from social media after they pretended that they were going to sell TikTok because it was too Chinese. The aliens were like, oh, okay, you thought that we were playing when we said bring us out. You thought that we were going to be your quiet, sneaky link forever. Bring us out, do a disclosure, or we will do a reveal. That is why all that haywire stuff was going on in October, November, and December of 2024. All the ships, all the blips, we think they're in the sea. That is why NASA had that 2-week live conference. I've never seen anything like that in my life. All of a sudden, the American government that claims that it doesn't know anything about aliens, right, was sitting and reading, there's a tall one, there's a gray one, there's a tall gray one, then there's a tall short one, then there's one with almond eyes, and then there's the one with the googly eyes, and then there's the purple ones, and then there's the ones that really look like white people from the Netherlands with long white hair and blue eyes, and then there's the this shape. Yes. So all of a sudden, from knowing nothing, they have 50 pages of documents stapled together where they can name everyone and their grandpa from all the different solar systems. And they thought that no one would be paying attention to that. I was paying attention to that. I was watching that. I was saying, okay. So they're choosing option 1 because there's a foot on their neck. Option 2 that God told me the aliens gave them was that if you do not disclose to these people who we are and then come up with a structured plan, don't only think that you will tell them. If you don't come up with a structured plan to bring us in public and introduce us into the society, which is what they want. We're going to come out by ourselves. So if you're listening to the weirdness of this government that always tells us it can't operate until it has a government shutdown, it can't manage itself until we feed it more money. If you think that people who claim that they can't work until you put coins in their mouth like a Vegas slot machine are smart enough to tell you that they looked in the sky and they saw a ship coming, they're lying. We are hurtling into the time of the end. And I told you that the time of the end would go along with hunger, wars, stress, natural disasters, and filthy creatures to which many people will cling and say, our saviors.
Not me.
You weren't supposed to hear this. Every system has a name. Democracy, socialism, capitalism. But the one you're living in right now, they never told you its name. Because the moment you know it, you'll see every single move they make. They've replaced landowners with data lords, armies with algorithms, and the taxes you pay are hidden inside every tap, every swipe, and every decision. They've built something I call technocratic feudalism, and inside it, they run a program called manufactured friction. It's the reason why you're never allowed peace for long. The reason why there's always a crisis, a feud, or a fight. Chaos isn't a mistake. It's the business model. But chaos alone isn't enough. They've turned your life into compliance capitalism, where you don't just pay for access, you have to prove obedience. Every border, every transaction, every digital checkpoint is a test. Are you still following the script? And if you think this is just your country, you've already lost. Because this is corporate colonialism 2.0. Nations are bought with debt, governments are just regional offices, and your president isn't the CEO, he's customer service. And at the top you have a few root access holders. Below them you have protocol enforcers, and at the bottom is us, end users in their sandbox running side quests while they collect the gold. And here is the part you're not meant to realize. The fight was never between left and right, race and race, man and woman. It is between the owners of the system and everyone trapped inside it. And the moment enough of us stop playing their game, the system collapses. That's why they'll keep you distracted until your last breath. So now you know the name, and you can never unknow it.
Aliens were just confirmed in GTA 6. Did anyone catch the gameplay footage I uploaded? It was up longer on YouTube. Link in my bio. Make sure to drop a follow here, and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss the next one. Let's get started. Aliens are confirmed as being part of GTA 6. Rockstar left multiple hints throughout the trailers, but a leaked source code file confirms it. Throughout the trailer, we see aliens hidden in plain sight. Cal Hampton will work with the player to uncover more about the aliens. Cal wears shirts with aliens on them, and he also has tattoos of them. Next, we see a clip in the shop that says alien activity in area. This image links back to the Mount Chiliad mural from GTA 5. Did anyone else spend days chasing after this? We know Rockstar loves their mysteries, and aliens are 100% confirmed as being in the game.
Telling y'all that's crazy right there, man. Like, all right, so I got an idea. Just let me know how y'all feel about it. So, all right, do y'all know how they say, all right, just imagine God thought of this, projected this universe on us, right? You know, what if we're just copies of copies of copies of copies? Like, for instance, we created video games, right? Or that's what they tell us, right? What if we have to upgrade their servers as well, just like whoever upgrades our server, and we're all just NPCs upgrading servers giving each other updates for realities that we create. We're just mini gods. That's weird as hell, man, to think about, man. But look, man, let's get back to it, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments down below. Do y'all think that y'all have ever worked with anybody that resembled like an extraterrestrial, or that acted funny, or just something that stood out to you?
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes.
Hey! Oh! What? Hey!
I'm gonna use. No. You have the spirits. There's no magic. The spirits. You have the devil. The spirit.
Can you both fingers? Okay. Can you see the shadow? Mm-hmm. The shadow of your hands, of my hands. Can you see the shadow? Okay. When I say 1, 2, 3, take your hands a little. 1, 2, 3.
I'm pretty sure that's like, there has to be CGI or something like that. She has to be faking for him, or that's just extraterrestrial, or we need to just lock his ass up. That's dangerous. It just looks dangerous. Don't touch my shadow. Keep your hands off my shadow, my dude.
These liquid crystal masks, sometimes an error. It's an alien civilization that try to fool us. We have these errors of these glitches in their masks. Mimic the structure of the skin and affected even the performance of the mask. The most advanced mask is likely operated via complex electronic control systems. They use precision to manipulate the liquid crystal, a temporary glitch in the mask. This can cause a temporary fall down from the mask and bring a glitch in the mask.
Lil Tony speak on how he was approached by the Illuminati. What do you think about this?
We got done with the photo shoot. They got talking about the Illuminati. He was like, the Illuminati, you ever talk to you? I'm laughing at it. I'm like, hell nah, what you talking about? He like, nah, for real. They haven't talked to you? I'm looking at it like, what you on, gang? He get laughing with his buddy. He like, well, we gotta take it to the booty club.
Bro, what the fuck?
Booty club? The hell y'all talking about, man? Y'all ain't got me up. They would give me all type of artists. They gonna f*** your ass, bro, when you get AIDS, bro. And when you
hell no.
You gonna be famous. When you come back from getting sick, you gonna be more famous than ever. You gonna go up more than ever. My mama. They were telling me they wanted to book me a hotel and take me to their Korean barbecue. I tell them, I'm like, hey, bro, take me to your Korean barbecue, gang. I'm hungry.
Nigga, what?
Night, I'm just capping now. I'm like, hell yeah. Just take me down to the barbecue. Whole time, whenever we get to the bottom of the hill, I'm just gonna beat feet on them folks there.
As you should.
On the way down, I paid attention. On the way up, we went up like this. It was a spiral. We all, we had to go around the mountain to go up and keep going up. Now on the way down, this took a right. I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm like, oh hell no, I'm cooked. I said it. I'm like, hey bro, take me to McDonald's. Once I see him bust the right, I'm like, take me to McDonald's.
Motherfucker, for real.
He like, we not gonna take you to McDonald's. We flew you up here. My mama like face open up and everything, gang, cause it was 3 Asian niggas, you see what I'm saying? His face open up. My mama like on some alien shit. I never seen no shit like this.
What?
That sounds like Parasite.
They lure Lil Tony in by paying him $10,000 and try to invite him to the Illuminati, bro.
How did you ever talk
My
to you?
first time seeing the full video.
I'm laughing at nah, for real. They haven't talked to you? Laughing with his buddy, he like, bro, we gotta take it to the booty club. Say,
play like that.
Yeah, nigga, when you come back, you gonna be famous. When you come back from getting sick, you gonna be more famous than ever. You gonna go up more than ever. My mama straight like that.
And they all did it, bro. They all did it.
So I'm like, what? Me a whole list of artists who sold their soul and basically got fucked in the ass for some pay. I'm like, what? I'm like, for real? I'm like, hell nah. He was telling me that that's all I gotta do to get whatever amount of money I want, whatever I want. They tried contradict Tony get all the real friends I want.
The one thing y'all gotta understand, this is what they do, bro. They're not gonna send a Leor Conan, an old man, to come email you or hit you up, because people gonna be weary but they gonna send a young flexing Asian. He said it was 3 Asians. You know what I'm saying? The young flexing Asian with a McLaren that can pay you 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking good and green. And then that's when the offer come. Then we're gonna joke around. You know, he was, invite you to the booty club, slicking his hair back. That corny shit. That's why I ain't even gonna make it on race thing, bro. But you never know who people parents is and folks is. You think you hang around them, they your people, but all the time they trying to monopolize off you, bro. Cause this is how it start. Cause by the time they get older, now they keep pushing the industry. See, when them 3 Asian dudes get old, the company get passed to them. You don't know who their fathers is. You know who they tied to, bro. Then he said he seen bro face open up like an alien parasite, bro. I immediately thought of an anime. That nigga little Tony lit a whole anime situation. And you know who be making all
Parasite right there.
If anybody is the aliens, bro, I'm gonna put it on them.
He gonna put what? He said gonna put what on one of them? Boy, the way that TV series right there went, it's an anime and a TV series. I suggest you watch the anime first, but look, that's what he's saying. Either the face opened up like that off of Parasite, which is diabolical, or the one off of Men in Black, like the little puppy and his face opened up and the little alien was in there and shit. I could deal with him. I'd kick him down the street. But the head open up, y'all gotta see the Parasite, man. I suggest you watch the anime versus watching the TV show on Netflix first. You know what I'm saying? The anime is a lot better. I ain't gonna lie to you. The dubbed.
This the man Lil Tony was talking about, inviting them to the mountains and asked them about I was in the comments lurking and it was like Leaky and Ofe. Then I went back a year ago. So this incident happened a year ago. This didn't just happen. Lil Tony is speaking facts. If it took him a year to tell this story, bro, that mean bro was really like had to make sure it was straight. Like I bet he had to get all his ducks in a row. Okay, now it makes sense. Then I seen the video. This is Ofe. This the little bro. This he look like the younger one. You can never tell. You know what I'm saying? But he with Big Red. He with Travis. These are not just I just ran into a celebrity. These ain't just average Joes. But you see how that first picture I showed you. You see how he living, right? He got real glitch cheese like that. Take your Bitcoin cheese. Like what happened to bro that took 200 Bitcoin? He like on that type of time. When it comes to bread, so the shit that Tony is telling you, especially the part when he said his face opened up, everybody can't see that. The only reason why he can see that because he has discernment and he got a real. I don't want to get too deep on here, man, but everybody can't see certain things. Y'all remember the demon face syndrome that was floating around? I didn't see people shift before, you know, but you can't really explain that to people. But folks why you think I be saying glitches? I didn't make that up, but it just really, really, look at them cars though they driving. That's the McLaren, the 3-seater he was talking about. That's the whole drop.
Look, if y'all not tracking, it's like the sun is giving out new energies and stuff, and a lot of things are definitely being revealed. The grand reveal, you know, quote unquote. I mean, they've been announcing this stuff right in front of our face on the news. And when we bring it up before the news, y'all be like, oh, they're crazy, this and that. Then the news eventually say it. We ahead of this thing like years ahead of it. You know, because they're control opposition. They have to be paid and told what to say. You know, they repeat the same things over and over again. So, of course, they're going to not be able to tell you the truth. Because I think like some of these people would want to tell the truth, but they can't. They're controlled, y'all. But that's why this right here, we get to do what we want. We get to speak how we want to speak. Well, for the most part, about these situations, you have to be tactful. And just let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Have you felt like you walked among somebody that their energy was just off and you can sense that something was just different about them? Let me know your stories in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching stories. Maybe I will bring you on the channel and interview you.
I need everyone out there to understand what's going on. Malcolm Jamal Warner that plays on the Huxtables on the Cosby Show.
No.
He is playing this character right here who is a truther like me that is exposing people. Now what you have to realize is the fittest flat earther is doing the same thing. So you think they're good, just like you might think that I'm good, okay? Right now, everybody thinks I'm good. But I'm telling you, I'm good. These guys are actors playing truthers, and they're getting ready for a huge deception. And once they have a huge following, like the fittest flat earther does, really this guy had a lot of following too. They can feed you false information. Give this to everyone.
Not my boy.
When is the collapse, the dimensional collapse starting? Is it already starting?
It's already started.
With the sound and the color?
Okay. It's already started. Thank you for leading me here. What you're going to start hearing about in the very near future are something called rods. And they will be something that will be videotaped. And what you will see are large streaks just shooting through the air that are etheric, but are being able to be captured on tape. And what you're seeing is literally fourth and fifth dimensional craft moving through space, not having the slightest clue that they're flying right through us. Okay? And that's because you're beginning to see the implosion. It's great stuff.
And ghosts?
Yes, you will see more ghosts, more apparitions, because those that are stuck between third and fourth density will start being more and more visible as our frequency starts to raise and rise. A lot of them, unless they are healed, and I do not know how to do that, how to set them free from their self-imposed prisons, will be exiting, transitioning. I will share this with you. There are definitely some things underneath the Sphinx, but the bulk of the real stuff that will tell us about our ancient history is still underneath the pyramid. And there was a vault built 3 levels deep, and the pyramid was built over it. Okay, that's where the real juice is. That's where the real knowledge is. The Sphinx will have some things, but it's a distraction. You know, these guys are real good at what they do, at diverting attention from reality, from truth. They're excellent at it. If they put that much energy into telling the truth, God, we'd all be out of here. We're going to truly find out who we are genetically. Information will be coming from all corners of the earth from contactees. There will be more and more contacts, and they will tell us about the 22 different races and more of our history. There will also be massive earth changes. They will start with a magnetic pole shift, which could happen anytime between now and the year 2001. Things have been sped up. We're already starting to see the magnetic poles shift as we see birds migrate in the wrong direction at the wrong times of year. The birds move along the Earth's magnetic grid line.
Oh man, what another amazing video, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, sharing these moments with me on this journey, man, to 1 million subscribers, man. We will be there in no time, and I do appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all got y'all notifications on. Keep sharing these videos with your friends and families. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about all of this stuff that they said wasn't real? Now all of a sudden it's real because now it's being exposed. I've been through similar incidents with people in my life, and once you expose the truth, now everything is going to start to flow, because you know when the truth is out there, now all the tensions can die down, and now everybody can figure out a appropriate way to approach the topics now that everything is just on the table. We're not asking for something that's just outrageous. We're just asking for the truth so that we can be prepared as possible. Now, a lot of people don't get all the metaphysical knowledge and stuff. Oh, I have to meditate and all these other things. Eat a little bit differently. You know, sunbathe, put your feet into the grass. But these are some of the things that we should naturally been doing that we haven't been taught, but we're getting back to. We're coming together. We're communicating. That's the biggest thing. That's why I don't care about, you know, the negative comments, the good comments. It's all good at the same time, because at least we're doing one thing. We're communicating with each other, and that's a start. But I do appreciate y'all. See you on the next video, and like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video, and I'm out though, live.
Is that thunder? Y'all hear that shit? Somebody got that beat. Man, what is that sound?